actually, to know Bhaktapur first, we should know about where is Bhaktapur. Right? Actually, Bhaktapur lies 13 kilometers east from the capital city of Nepal, that's Kathmandu. Uh, and if we go some background history of Nepal, then Bhaktapur used to be known as Bhatgaon, Khopa, or the modern name of this place is Bhaktapur. So, Bhaktapur has four main entrance to enter inside the main core area of this city, like which is known as it's called Laku. Laku, and this place is very, very old. It was enlisted in World Heritage Site in 1979-80. So this is one of the most popular city around Nepal. So I'm showing you the gate right here, which is the western main entrance of this city, like a core area of Bhaktapur, which is called the Darbar Square. So let me give you some background history of Nepal also. Like among the 24 different kingdoms of Nepal, Bhaktapur used to be one of that, which has unwritten history more than 10,000 of years old, and the written history of the city is around like 2,000 years old. During the time of Lichavi kings, then after the Malla kings, then it was overtaken by the Shah king, known as the Prithvinaran Shah, on the date of 1769 AD. Okay, so let us enter inside the gate right here. This was also devastated on the earthquake of 2015. Right here, it has been restored, but not completed yet. It needs to be white painted form again. So let us go inside the gate right here. So after entering inside the gate, you can see the beautiful view of this area, which you can see the different designs of monuments it's built here. So the first design of monument, like normally you can see all the Southeast Asian countries, that's the pagoda design. So pagoda literally means like rectangular or square on a shape, more than one roof. That's called the pagoda. So if you watch right here, I'm showing you the pagoda design right here. This is the design called the pagoda. Okay. Second design, normally you can see around this area or in Nepal or even in the country which is enlisted and known as also the Hindu countries. That's the one that I'm showing you in front of you, that one, this one right here. This is called the Shikara design. It means the mountain design right here. You can see that one right this. Okay. So after entering inside the main entrance, so I'm showing you on the left, after you walk around like 15 to 20 steps, then you're going to see the beautiful two stone statues guarded by the two big lions right here, which you can see the big signboard written here, Sri Padma Secondary School. So these are the two big lions right here. So these are known as the bodyguards or the protectors, and these are the two beautiful stone statues that I'm mentioning you. These are made here on the date of 1702 AD. Okay, so these are known as the masterpiece stone carvings. It's believed that after completion of making these stone carvings, the hands of the artist were cut off. Okay, so that the artist will not replicate it again or make more beautiful than this one. As Nepal, known as the Hindu country, so it's also related with Hinduism. So on the left-hand side, this is known as the goddess Ugrachandi, the manifestation of wife of Shiva called the Parvati. The name itself describes about the behavior of this god. Like Ugra literally means the dangerous, okay? Dangerous, Chandi means the female deity, the dangerous female deity, the manifestation of wife of Shiva. And this is known as the Ugra Bhairav, or literally it's also known as the Bhairav, the angry manifestation of Lord Shiva, this one. It's beautifully carved on the stones. And every time, whenever you see the stone carvings or of this different god and goddesses in Hindu religion or the wooden carvings, then on the bottom of this stone carvings or the wood carvings of the statues of different god and goddesses, then you can see the petals of the lotus like these ones. So this literally means the purity. In Hinduism, lotus is symbol of purity. So it's also the symbolize the statue is stand on the lotus flower. It means the purity, okay, pure. Okay, then when we go further, then as I showed you before, the pagoda design, this one right here. So this is the temple of the Hindu religion. So pagoda design. So this was the temple made here on the date of 14th century. Okay, so this temple is known as the Krishna temple, the reincarnation of Lord Vishnu. Okay, and normally whenever you see this one, you're gonna see the Garuda in front of this temple right here, this one. You can see the statue. The Garuda is the combination of half human and half bird in Hindu religion, okay, which is the right for the Lord Vishnu. Every time, whenever you travel, different god and goddesses, then normally you're going to find the statue in front of these temples, dedicated inside a temple. And this is the statue of Garuda, which is the right for the Lord Vishnu. And even, we know that Lord Shiva has a right as the Nandi Maharaj, which is known as ox or the bull. And even the Ganesh, the second son of Shiva, combination of half human and half elephant. That's also the right for the Lord Ganesh. Okay. Secondly, this temple right here, which is in the Shikara design. So this is the temple, which was devastated by the earthquake in 2015. This is the temple of Lord Shiva in the design called the Shikara. So, firstly, Shikara design was established in India. Okay, it was started in India on the 6th century, and on the 9th century, it was came here in Nepal, introduced here in Nepal, and you can see the Nandi Maharaj, the right for the Lord Shiva right here, which we know in English as ox or the bull right here. So always when you see the Nandi Maharaj in this way, then this is the temple dedicated to Shiva every time. Okay, let us go further and giving you more information about the designs of the temple. The first design that I mentioned to you was pagoda, second is the Shikara, and third one is the stupa, regarded both with the Hinduism and Buddhism. Okay, let us go back to the once more on the pagoda design. So pagoda design believed to be started here in Nepal for the first time, and it's believed that it's a combination of two national flags of Nepal. Okay, so if you make the two halves from center top to center bottom, then you're gonna find the exact shape of the national flag of Nepal. How? I'm gonna show you right here now. Okay, just make it two halves of the temple in this way right here. From center top to center bottom, you're gonna find the two shapes. Exact like combinations of double triangle right here. So this will give you the shape of the Nepal national flag. If you go on the left also in this way, then you're going to find the combinations of, again, like a shape of the national flag of Nepal. So it's believed that pagoda design is the combinations of two national flags of Nepal. Okay. So let us go more further. After you enter inside the gate, I showed you the two different temples and the two beautiful stone statues. When we go more further, then we're going to see the beautiful design of building right here, which is combined of two different designs. So one you're going to see is the white design, white form, and the second is the red form, which is a form of terracotta, and the white form, it's believed to be the design of colonial design. It means the British designed this one right here, which was after the earthquake of 1934, restored in this design. Before that, it used to be like this one, which is the typical Newari architecture design. As Newari are the people, or the Newar are the people living here in Bhaktapur for more than thousands of years. They are known as the indigenous people. Okay, so it used to be known as the Lal Darbar or the Red Palace. Okay, Red Palace. It used to be used by the king for the purpose of different things like entertainment purpose and general meetings. So, like we can call it as a Sabha Hall or like a Baitak. It has been guarded with, again, with the two beautiful stone statues right here between the two big lions. Every time, whenever you go to the entrance of part of the main palace or the entrance of the main royal palace, then you're going to find such type of stone statues everywhere. If you go to Kathmandu, if you go to Patan, then normally you're going to find this type of stone statue related with Hinduism. On the left-hand side, you can see this is called the Hanuman, the god of devotion and the god of power. And on the right-hand side, you can see this one right here. This is called the Narasimha, the combination of half human and the half lion form, which is the special reincarnation of Lord Vishnu. That's the fourth one. Okay, maybe you have heard about this story, the myth about the Prahlad and the Hiranyakashipu, as the Hiranyakashipu was immortal, which got a powers, 5 different powers, who could not be killed neither in the daytime or the nighttime. Secondly, neither inside of the house, neither outside of the house. Thirdly, neither on the space or on the land. Fourthly, neither using any weapons. And lastly, lastly, hello, hello. Okay. So, as all the things were fulfilled, okay, like Narasimha was reincarnated into half human and the half lion form. It means neither God, neither animal, or neither human. Secondly, he was kept at the lap, okay. So lap on the, you can see cross leg keeping on the lap right here. It means neither on the space or on the land. Thirdly, he was kept on the middle of the door, of the main door of the house right here. As on the door means neither inside of the house, neither outside of the house. Fourthly, he was killed by using the nails. Okay, you can see them using the nails tearing the stomach right here. Right here. It means neither using any weapons. And the lastly, it was the perfect time between the day and the night. It was between the day and the night. It was in the dusk time. So neither in the daytime or the nighttime. In this way, the devil was fulfilled with all the powers, and he was killed by Lord Vishnu, reincarnated into half human and the half lion form. And the modern way of defining these stone statues, like the god of devotion with the god of power and the god of intellectual ideas, is that the people who are living inside the royal palace, it's symbolizing the king, okay? So should have power and strength and devotion as the Lord Hanuman to protect his people. And Lord Narasimha, he should have the intellectual ideas as Narasimha to protect his people, okay? So this is the modern way of defining the stone statues right here. Not only describing about the Hindu religion, not only the story of the myths in Hindu religion, it's a way of modern way of defining the stone statues, why they are kept on the main entrance of the parts of the royal palace or the entrance of the royal palace. Okay. Then after, when we go more further right here, you can see the gate right here, which looks like made of gold. Okay, so this is the main entrance for the royal bath of the king. Okay, the royal bath of the king right here. So, and it's also the entrance for the family deity temple, as we call it in Nepali language, we call Kuldevi. Okay, every Hindu people, they do have their own Kuldevta or Kuldevi, the royal family god or the family god. Okay, so this is one of the mesmerizing carving, outstanding. There is no words to describe how metal carving has been exposed in ancient time right here. So this is known as the Golden Gate in English. In Newari language, it's called the Ludhaka, or in the Nepali language, Swarnadwar. So if we go more closer, then you can see the gate right here. This is the main deity of the Malla kings right here. Okay, I hope you can see a little bit clear. This is called the Taleju Bhavani. It's also the form of Shakti in Hindu religion. And you can see on the top, that's called the Garuda. Garuda as the god of protection, symbolization of protection in Hindu religion, which is the symbol right for the Lord Vishnu. So in this way, the gate has been beautifully decorated. And it was made on the date of 1754 AD here in Bhaktapur by the last king known as the Jaya Ranajit Malla, the son of Malla king, that second last Malla king known as the king Bhupatendra Malla, that I'm going to show you the statue right here. I think it's the anti-light, so I can't show you much better. So let me try whether it comes more clear or not. Okay, so the statue has been kept here. This is the second last king who ruled here in Bhaktapur. That's on the date of 1696 AD to 1722 AD. Okay, that's called the Malla king, Bhupatendra Malla, one of the most kind king ever ruled here in Bhaktapur. Okay, so then after, if we go more further, then you can see, which is perfectly designed with black window wood carvings right here. So you can see how beautifully it has been decorated. So it has been restored by the king Bhupatendra Malla in the 17th century. Before that, there was also a building, but it was very simple way. So this is the modified design by the king Bhupatendra Malla. This building is known as the 55-window royal palace. So more often, like it's very well known around in Nepali society, that's called Pachpan Jale Darbar, the palace where the king used to live inside. And this is also the royal palace, which is known as the first musical royal palace. Three different designs of melody that we call rag and ragini has been carved. So if you watch it very carefully, between these two heads there are some okay. So between two heads there are there. So represented as rag and ragini, known as the melody. That's the reason to call this building musical royal palace of Nepal. Okay, so where the king used to live inside on this building, right? This one. So, and after in front of this royal palace, you can see the a very different design of pagoda right here. Okay, let me show you from the next direction. Maybe you can get a perfect view of this one. Okay. So I think now you're having a better view. You're having a better view of this one. So this is a very exceptional case of pagoda with 8 different corners. So this is called the Chasiling Mandap. Okay, in front of the royal palace, as you can see on the back of this building, this pagoda, you can see the royal palace that I mentioned it before. So this is the Chasiling Mandap, the resting place for the king's visitors. Okay, so it's the rest house. So the reason to call this as a Chasiling Mandap is like as according to its name, okay, or the structure. So Cha in Newari language is 8. Siling means corner. 8 different corners. 8 cornered pagoda. So Chasiling Mandap, 8 cornered pagoda. This one right here. Okay, and in front of this Chasiling Mandap, you can see another design of pagoda right here. Okay, let me give you some long side of this one too. So, so this is the Pashupatinath of Bhaktapur. Whenever I say Pashupatinath, then almost everybody has an idea in their mind is that the Pashupatinath of Kathmandu. Not only the Kathmandu, Patan and Bhaktapur have also the Pashupatinath right here. So this is the Pashupatinath of Bhaktapur. And it was believed to be made here on the date of 14th century, and some books it has been written that during the 14th century it has been restored by the king Yaksha Malla, the king of 14th century, Yaksha Malla. So that's the reason to call this temple as also the Yakshasur Mahadev temple. Okay, Yakshasur Mahadev temple. Like normally Pashupati temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva everywhere. So like these Mahasivaratri and different occasions, there are different offerings done on this place right here. Okay, so one more thing I'm going to show you is right here. One more design of monument, which is in the Shikara design, is this one right here. Okay, so you can see the Shikara design temple. It means the mountain design. So most of the people, when they see this structure, then they have an idea in their mind like Krishna temple in Patan. Okay, so this is not a Krishna temple of Patan. This is the Vatsala Durga temple of Bhaktapur. It has also a lot of pinnacles, like you can see right here, as in Patan. This is the Vatsala Durga temple right here, made here on the 17th century. And the special thing about this temple is, as exactly as in Patan, is everything is made of stones. Even the doors and windows are also made of stones. So this was the first monument completely devastated on the earthquake of 1934 and even in 2015. Okay, the earthquake of 2015, it has been completely restored now. Only like a few things are left to be done. And in front of this temple, you can see the small bell hung between the big pillars. So this is the bell right here, known as the Kichakogang. It means dog barking bell, especially used in ancient times for alerting the people if anything is wrong, like an enemy's fires or anything. In the purpose of emergency, this bell was used so that people get alert or they get a message. And another bell right here between the two big pillars. So this is the big bell right here in the two big pillars. This is called the big bell. Okay, it's a big bell right here. between the like a four big pillars. You can see the two big pillars attached to one another on the both side, and there is a big pillar right here. So this is the big bell. In English, it's as I told you, it's a big bell. But the real name of this bell is Brahma Ghanta. Brahma Ghanta. So Brahma Ghanta, and in Newari language, it's known as Tagogang. So you can see this one right here. Today, this bell is used for the purpose, especially early in the sunrise and evening on the sunset time. It means starting of the day and the end of the day to notify. But in ancient time, this bell was used for the purpose of calling the people. If the king wants to give the speech to his people, then the bell was rang. Okay, so that all the people can gather on this open place and can use to give the speech right here. Once again, I'm giving you the view of the place right here with the Lal Darbar, the Red Palace, the Golden Gate, the 55-window Royal Palace, Pachpanna Jale Darbar, and Chasiling Mandap right here, the Big Bell, and the view of the Pashupatinath. If we ask this question to like Americans, Europeans, or other foreigner people, then they're gonna say it's a symbol of Judaism, right? Jewish symbol bhन्छ. तर हाम्रो context of Nepal, it's very, very different, right? तपाईको यो star को से. So I'm gonna show you one more special thing about Bhaktapur. That's the tallest monument of Nepal, right? That's called the 5-tale mandir in Nepali, and a 5-roof temple or 5-story temple, which is in the pagoda design, right? That lies in the second spot. That's called the Taumadi Square, the second square of Bhaktapur. You just need to walk like a 5 minutes northeast from Darbar Square, right? So just walk for 5 minutes, then you're gonna find the Taumadi Square. In this place, you're gonna find the two beautiful monuments. Dated in 17th and 14th century, right? यो दुईटा म तपाईहरुलाई देखाउँदै छु, then we'll end our class, right? So now we are very close to Taumadi Square, right? So this is the place, very, very beautiful. So in front of you, you can see the temple, which has been restored after the earthquake of 2015. That's called the Bhairavnath temple. That before I showed you the statue of Lord Bhairav, which is known as the masterpiece stone carving made on the date of 170280. But this is more older than that one. Okay, it has a very interesting history. Before I start the history of this monument, let me show you the Taumadi Square in this way. Okay, so let's have a look. So this is the Nyatapola 5-roof temple or 5-story temple. This one right here that has also already been restored. Okay, so you can see how beautiful it is. Okay, so I was talking about the Bhairavnath temple. It was made on the date of 14th century during the time of the king known as the Yakshamalla. So a lot of occasions occurred on this place, and offerings also during the different occasions. A lot of animals are sacrificed in front of this temple. If you have noticed one thing, then in the temple of Lord Shiva, you will never get any animal sacrificed in the Hindu religion. Okay? But only manifestations and the reincarnations of Lord Shiva, you can find the sacrifications of animals, as well as Lord Bhairav is the angry manifestation of Lord Shiva. So you're going to find the sacrifications of animals on this temple too. Okay, so this temple, when it was made for the first time on the 14th century, it was made only with a one roof. Okay, so later on the 17th century, by the king Bhupatendra Malla, 2 more roofs were added on this one. So 2 more roofs were added on this one. So you can see this temple right here. This is the Bhairavnath temple. So it was destroyed on the earthquake of 1934 also. So it was also restored on that time, and even though on the earthquake of 2015, it was also restored. So this is a very unique temple in Nepal, okay? Because each and every temple they do have only one place pinnacle. मैले भन्न खोजेको के भनेको हरेक मन्दिरमा एक ठाउँमा मात्र गजुर हुन्छ तपाईको एकदम टप पोइन्टमा मात्र अथवा एन्ड पोइन्ट अन द टप है. As you can see on the top, you can see the gajur right there or the pinnacles. But this is the temple with very, very exceptional case on this one. So after the first roof, I think if you see the perfect view, then you can see that there are also the pinnacles between the two national flags of Nepal. After the first roof, you can see right there. So it's symbolizing that when it was made for the first time on the 14th century, it was only the one roof. Later, on the 17th century, during the time of the king known as the Bhupatendra Malla, two more roofs were added. So you can see it's the ending point again on the top right there. So this is a very unique temple that has two ending points. It means two placed pinnacles right there. Okay. On the left of the Lord Bhairavnath, you can see the tallest monument of Nepal. So this is the tallest temple of Nepal, which is known as the Nyatapola or the five-roof temple or the five-story temple. It was made on the date of 1703 AD. This is the temple dedicated to goddess Siddhi Lakshmi. It's also regarded as the Shakti in Hindu religion. It was made for the purpose of improving the economic status of Bhaktapur, as it is dedicated to Siddhi Lakshmi. And the special thing is that on the earthquake of 1934 and on the earthquake of 2015, very minor damage were occurred. Like on 2015, it was only a little bit twisted. So it has been already restored. And on the earthquake of 1934, the last roof, the fifth roof was broke down. So it was also restored on the 1934, after the 1934. And the surprising thing is that why on such a devastating earthquake, such a tallest temple of Nepal was not devastated. Why it was not fallen down or why it was not collapsed. So the main reason, the local belief of this Bhaktapur is that if you watch it quite carefully, then you're going to see the different animals kept in the different labels right here. Different plinth, that is called like a plinth or the stage. Okay, so the first thing you're going to see is the humans. Okay, on the both sides, they are very similar to one another. So I'm showing you on the right side, this is the human, known as the wrestler in English, but in Nepali, in Newari language, we call it Utwa. It means wrestler. It's believed that it's given 10 times more stronger power than we normal people to protect this temple as the bodyguard. Okay? The second one, you can see the elephant right here. Elephant given 10 times more stronger power than the wrestler. It means 100 times more stronger than we normal people. And the power goes in increasing every level. I'm taking you more higher. So you can see the lions 10 times more stronger than the elephant right here. Then after, there is a very special creature, which is also known as the mythological animal. That's called the griffin, the imaginary flying lion, 10 times more stronger than the lion right here. And on the top, you can see the Lord Bhairav again. On the both sides, this is the ultimate power of the Lord Shiva. So these all are kept here as the real bodyguards of this temple. So these beliefs of the people here in Bhaktapur came true.
विशालजी
हजुर
हाम्रो यो अब टाइम भइसक्यो हैन अब कुनै क्वेशनहरु छ भने हामी लिन्छौं छैन भने हामी क्लासलाई र्याप अप गर्छौं कसैसँग के क्वेशन छ भने अझै सोध्दा हुन्छ है
Sir, when was the Bhaktapur Square made around?
So actually in this way, like it was made very long time ago. Right? So the written history of Bhaktapur is around like 2,000 years old only. But the unwritten history of Bhaktapur is more than 10,000 years old. Right? During the Lichavi time period, like in Lichavi Raja, like Mandev, who was a founder of coin, which is known as Mananka, चागुनारायण पढ्नु नै भएको होला चागुनारायण मन्दिर चाहिँ नेपालको सबसे पुरानो मन्दिर पनि भनिन्छ त्यो पनि लिच्छवीकालीन हो राजा मानदेवको पालामा बनाएको भनेर त्यो भनेको लगभग 2000 वर्ष पुरानो देखि त्यो भनेको रिटन हिस्ट्री भयो हाम्रो त्यही भएकोले मैले चाहिँ तपाईहरुलाई एकदम क्लियरली नै भनिरहेछु रिटन हिस्ट्री अफ Bhaktapur is around 2000 years old the unwritten history is more than 10,000 years old okay you got me
Yes sir thank you sir
you're welcome
So how many years did it take to make this
So it means whole area or like a few temples?
Whole area.
Area. Yeah, it doesn't mean like it was made by the single person. It was made by the different kings in different period. Like especially in the 9th century was the Malla kingdom was started. Yeah. So during the different kings of the Malla, so they have different. They do have the great devotion. So it has no fixed time when it was started. Yeah. So it was in the different time. Different king has made the different temples. So till today, it's going on making more and more.